Hey everyone, welcome back to Book Club. This week we're talking about A Theory of Dreaming by Ava Reid. We talked about the first book of the series last week. This is the second book, so before we get into it, I'm going to read you the little synopsis. There's not an actual, read the back of the book, this is her, and then normally it's something big, but we just have this. The believer who drowned herself in fairy tales. The unbeliever who built a fortress of truth. Every love story must reach its final page. And that's it. So this is A Theory of Dreaming. This is the second book of A Study in Drowning. I will say, I liked this book more than the first one. There was more, I want to say action, but not really. There was more development and there was more to the story that I was seeing. I really like this one because it was both of their views. We got hers, the main character, and his as the main character as well. In the first one we didn't really have that, and I liked seeing kind of the shift of it. So if you don't want any spoilers, go to the end of the video. If you do want spoilers, I am going to talk about this book in depth now. So basically, she stopped believing at the end of the first book, and in this book, they talk about the bells. If you read the first one or have read the first one, they talk about the bells. In the second one, they talk about the bells. She never got to hear them. He heard them. So now, instead of having her think she's crazy, he is now believing when he didn't believe in the first one. And it's kind of his story and what he's going through, this magical world or this make-believe world for him, while she's just trying to get through. And it's really interesting, and I'm going to say it again, if you're an author or aspiring author and you're going to write a book about hard topics, please put trigger warnings in it. This book, not to spoil too many things, but she tried to commit suicide, and there are absolutely no warnings whatsoever in this book about depression, anxiety, the committing suicide, anything. There are no trigger warnings, and so if you're going into this book, just be careful. And that's just a me thing. I think people should be warned if you're going to be talking about hard topics, because some people, you never know. You just never know. But like the first one, this one was very quotable for me. There were quotes in here that I was like, wow, okay, very thought-provoking. I loved it a lot. It didn't take me as long to get into this book as the other one did. I did like that it kind of gave me a sense of closure at the end. It's crazy but not crazy. They both are crazy but not crazy. It was very interesting. I liked this one a lot more than the first one. I just think there was more to it. There was a little more meat to it, I guess you could say. But yeah, that's about my spiel about this one. I would give this one probably a 3.8 out of 5 out of 5. I would rather reread this one than I would the first one. Overall, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad series. I think it's actually very decent. I had higher hopes and higher expectations going into it, even though I had no expectations to start with. They were just pretty, and I was like, oh, this seems very interesting. I was reading about it, but these are just my opinions too. Everyone, if you notice behind me, most of it is romance, and this was romance-esque. It was just kind of sprinkled in. It was more about the story, the history, and all these things happening, not romance, which isn't not my cup of tea, but I had a hard time with these book series. But overall, I would recommend them now. When I had finished them, probably not. I've had a few weeks to sit and actually think about these books, and they're good, but there are parts of it for me personally that I don't like, and that's just my opinion. And that's why we have book club. I love to talk about it. So I'm really excited because next week we're going to be talking about an author that I am starting to really enjoy their books. I've only had 2 so far. So yeah, if you're excited to come with me and talk about those books, I'll see you guys next week at book club.